Hello, hello, hello. I'm Halley Gray from Evolve and Succeed. Welcome to Braless on Couch. We're going to talk about the 6 secrets that are going to help you make 70K this year just from your services alone, okay? These are things that a lot of people don't get because you're focusing so much on hustling instead of being strategic with your marketing and effective with how you spend your time online, okay? We're so used to going to the office and spending 9 hours a day when we work for somebody else and getting a paycheck at the end of it, right? So it doesn't matter how effective or strategic you are. It just matters that A, you show up to work, and B, you look like you're working. So that's different because when you're working for yourself online, and if you've been doing it for years, you actually find that you struggle a lot because you can't actually seem to increase your income no matter how much you've been promised, okay? So a lot of times you've been promised big numbers online, 6 figures, making $300,000 a year from your services, and that's not real and that's not sustainable because it's not logistically possible for someone who doesn't know how to market themselves. So just like when it comes to anything online, 75% of your online business is basically marketing, right? That's basically what your business needs to succeed. So at the end of the day, if marketing is not your jam and you're not good at it, which you don't have to be because you don't have to be good at everything, okay? I'm not good at designing websites. I'm not good at SEO. I'm not good at a lot of things, but marketing is my jam and getting you booked out is what I'm good at. So the key here is that when it comes to figuring out how you're going to succeed, A, you need to hire people who actually know what they're doing when it comes to it, because you're going to have to spend 10 times as long because A, you don't really like the subject, and B, you're brand new to it to figure out the same things that they would figure out much quicker, much faster, and have already, tested and experimented with and discovered what works and what doesn't. So at the end of the day, it's really, really important that A, you hire people who know what they're doing. So when it comes to making 70K in a year, it is totally possible for you to do that as a freelancer, okay? That is legit possible for you. The reason why most people don't accomplish it is because, again, they are not investing in their marketing so that they can actually achieve that, all right? And that is possible with client work. I know a lot of people who are not making that much, but it's because when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, they're not actually focusing on the important stuff. So the first secret of making 70K a year with client work is to make sure that you are focusing on your strategic and effective tasks instead of focusing on like scrolling through Facebook, instead of trying to do a shit ton of consult calls, instead of making sure your design is super pretty. Design is nice, but when it comes down to marketing yourself online, your marketing speaks louder than your design, okay? And my apologies, designers, but it is totally true. You've seen a lot of industry leading people who have big businesses online with some really ugly websites. So it doesn't actually matter how pretty your website is. What matters is what are you doing when it comes to your marketing, and is it strategic and effective? Okay, so first thing, your marketing needs to be strategic and effective. Second thing, you don't need an amazing website, guys. It is not reliant on an amazing website. That's awesome, and that's a nice thing to invest in once you have made 70K this year, but it is not a requirement for you to get there. And a lot of people spend the wrong time, a lot of time on the wrong things because they think you need a website. They think you need something that's going to get you where you don't need to go. So it's really, really important that you focus on the things that work and that matter, okay? So pop in the comments below if you have been focusing on making your website look prettier in the hopes that that would make you more money. All right, let's see it. Sweet, sweet. Okay, cool. So a lot of people do struggle with this because it's something that they see a lot and that seems to be working on the outside, right? Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Now, don't get me wrong. The first thing you should invest in once you have got clients, once you've made 70K, is an amazing designer because they can help you look more professional and way more put together, but not a requirement for first getting to that 70K, okay? Third thing, people think it's based on industry. Industry doesn't matter for making 70K a year, okay? It might be a little faster and a little bit easier for like a designer or developer because their hourly rates are set higher, like the average hourly rate is set higher than maybe a VA or a coach. But at the end of the day, making 70K isn't necessarily about what industry you're in, okay? Anybody can do that. It is not limited to anyone, okay? What it comes down to is that if it's not dependent on your industry, then what it is dependent on is actually how you market yourself. And I know I keep bringing this up over and over again, but the reason is that marketing, and what marketing is that it makes people stop, care about what you're doing, be willing to pay you the best rate possible, and want to work with you over and over again. So the biggest thing that you should be looking at is when we hire people from, when we hire people for the Evolve and Succeed team, I will literally go to their websites and be like, okay, let's see how they market themselves. Because even if they're not an amazing, marketer, even if they're a VA or a designer or a copywriter or whatever, a Pinterest VA, I will still check their website because at the end of the day, your website determines what you get paid, how much people want to work with you, and if you know your own strengths. And that's a big thing. So the next point I want you to know is you need to specialize and know what your strengths are. Your brain is really good at something, okay? And so when it comes down to it, your brain needs to be treated as the awesome commodity it is and cannot be replicated. So there's no point in you pretending like you want to do SEO. There's no point in you pretending like you want to design Squarespace websites. There's no point in you pretending like you want to do life coaching when that is not something that you are strong at, okay? And when you are strong at something, it means that it's super easy for you to deliver, but it's also super easy for you to get people results. And that's a really crucial thing. You need to get your clients results, okay? And that's the next secret. People will pay more for results than they will for your time, okay? So you can break up with your hourly rate if you focus on the results you get people versus the time you put in to do the project. And that's super, super crucial, guys, because when it comes down to it, to make that 70K this year, you need to be focusing on how people are going to get a return back on that initial investment, okay? If I invest $100 and I know I'm going to get $1,000 back because that is the, common result that you're getting for people, maybe you get them more, maybe you get them a little bit less, I at least know that I'm going to get my $100 back plus more money, right? Or I know that if I go and work with you, I might be single, but at the end of it, I know I'm getting some awesome dates and I'm finally talking to people that I want to be dating. So it's not necessarily just results being money related or client related. It's also about how are you going to speed up their success in their life and help them shortcut it. So that way your investment is well paid for. So the other thing that I want you to think about is when it comes to 70K, people need to be educated about your services. And this is a big thing we talk about in Be Booked Out is that you need to launch your services online, okay? This is why it's super, super crucial. If you do not launch your services online, you're always going to end up having to do consult calls. And consult calls are 100% a waste of your time, okay? When you are making 70K a year, you don't have time for consult calls because they're not effective, they're not strategic, and they require you to step away from making money to go and explain to people why they should work with you, okay? A consult call should really just be like a confirmation call, okay? It should be somebody being like, yes, I want to work with you. Here's my money. When can we start? What do you need for me to get started? Your consult calls can be turned into confirmation calls if you are marketing yourself well, okay? That is the biggest thing. And that's something that I see a lot for Be Booked Out students is that instead of them having to spend their time 30 to 60 minutes, because they usually spend a lot of time trying to over-deliver value, trying to explain to people and persuade people and convince people to work with them, and then at the end of it, they don't have clients. The big thing is after you go and apply Be Booked Out to your business, people will want a consult call, but it'll be a confirmation call. They'll be like, take my money. I want to work with you. I've heard amazing things. Your website is awesome. The only question I have is maybe one or two specific questions, but when can we get working? When can you take my money? Let's make this real. And so that is really the big switch is that when it comes to marketing, it's not just about stopping to make sure that people care about what you're doing and want to work with you, but it's also taking the control and shifting it. So instead of you always chasing after clients and feeling desperate and feeling douchey because you have to convince them to work with you and feeling kind of ick, it goes and switches it so that actually people want to work with you and they're chasing you down and they're saying, hey, you know what? This is awesome. I want to work with you. I've already read everything that you've put out. I think you're perfect for this. I know what your strengths are. I know what results you're going to get me. I know how much to invest. So it's super, super crucial that you make everything work together on your website, what you're doing in your business and your marketing to get you more and more clients booked in advance because that's how you make 70K in the next 12 months. You can make that amount in the next 12 months if you are strategically and effectively, making the most out of your time, making sure your website's working for you, specializing, making sure that when it comes to your marketing, that you don't have basic marketing, you have advanced marketing, and making sure that you have a wait list. So the last point is that you should always have a wait list, okay, peeps? If you do not have a wait list, you are losing out on a potential work. People will wait 3 months, 6 months, 12 months to work with you. They totally will. And that's something that a lot of people and Be Booked Out kind of struggle with. They don't believe it until they actually do it. And they're like, this is insane. Why are people waiting 12 months to work with me? And it's because you've gone from being just another VA, just another designer, just another coach, to being the leading VA, the leading designer, the leading coach, the person who's really the best person for this job. So of course I'm going to wait for you to open up your doors again. Or of course I'm going to wait for you to open up an agency. Or of course I'm going to wait for you, to work with you so that I can get the best person for this job. Because a lot of people out there are not marketing themselves well. A lot of your competition, a lot of your peers are marketing themselves really, really poorly, okay? So what you need is better marketing than them so that you can stand out, you can charge more, you can be booked out consistently, because that is what's going to get you 70K in the next 12 months. That is what's going to allow you to always be increasing your rates and increasing the number of clients you work with. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen is that you're just going to be playing basic. And when you're playing basic, you get paid basic, okay? If you want to make pennies, that's fine. But if you want to go ahead and start to have more advanced marketing so you can have more advanced clients or more advanced prices, you need to hold that up with your marketing, okay? Marketing basically determines the level that you're playing at. If you are marketing yourself like a noob, you're gonna get the rates of a noob. If you're marketing yourself as someone who is a specialized, results-driven specialist, then you are going to get paid as such. And so it's a really big thing that when it comes down to it, you're not going to change on the back end, guys. You're going to be doing the same services. You're going to be the same awesome person you are already. You're going to have some more processes and systems set up so that you have to actually do less work when you sign clients. But at the end of the day, you're going to be getting paid 70K in the next 12 months because you actually have your marketing working for you and they get you better clients, okay? Seriously, your marketing will attract and bring in people who are way nicer. They appreciate your work way more. They're going to pay you way more. And they're not going to hold you to like time tracking every minute because they know you're going to get them results, okay? And so that's super, super crucial, that shift. And so at the end of the day, if you do not do this, you're going to end up cutting your own legs off because marketing is what allows you to get paid double this year. Marketing is what allows you to take that 70K and turn it to 140K the year after, okay? It allows you to always be progressing. And that's what I found for myself. So when it came to my marketing, I was able to consistently, when I was using my Be Booked Out method, double or triple my income or revenue each year. And the same thing has happened for our students who are in Be Booked Out. The people who joined us in the first round are now making double or triple of what they made originally. And it's amazing to see because they're applying the method over and over and over again. And that's what's getting them more success, okay? So even though they might have new services, they might have new ideal clients, they might have new website or new copy, they are making 2 times or 3 times more using the same method over and over again, okay? And I'm really excited because we are opening it up tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. We're opening it up and you guys want to be on the lookout, okay? Because the best freaking amazing bundle is going to be available for you at 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow at noon Eastern. And Be Booked Out is going to be open again and we are going to get you booked out, okay? No point waiting on the sidelines. Let's get you booked out so that you can always have success at your fingertips, okay? All right, I'm Halley Gray from Evolve and Succeed. Thanks for being here on Braless on Couch, and I'll talk to you soon.